Okay. I mean, you're probably like, Katrina, you don't look too good. Okay. So, but I rather you see in my eyes, and I have to go to work tomorrow, which is really almost today. But I have my patch on, I have my medicine in, but sometimes my medicine doesn't work because I ate too late. I made a bagel with soup for dinner, but that dinner was had at 10:30 at night. Okay, so I'm doing everything wrong. Okay, but at least if I can get this reading out, then I'll feel a little bit better about myself. Okay, because I actually do have feelings of Virgo and feelings that I want to, you know, get accomplished. And plus I slept a little bit late today, so I probably won't be able to fall asleep anyway. And that's why I have sleep music on, but that never works. Hold on a second. Sorry. And I didn't bring in my drink. Sorry. This is a very unprofessional job, but that's okay. It's for free. Okay. Alright. 1 second. Jason Stevenson, sleep music, meditation, sleep music.
Jason Stevenson, sleep music, meditation, sleep music.
No, not guided. I don't want guided.
The flex your credits, electricity.
See, what I have to do is I have this big procedure. I'll probably have to take a muscle relaxant because my neck is killing me and it's tight. And I'm gonna do all that, but first, and I have to make a cup of chamomile tea, and you take a teaspoon of cinnamon and you put that in, and that's supposed to instantly help you go to sleep. Now, that does work for me. That one particular thing does work for me. It's so messy. It gets all over the counter, it gets all over the cup, it gets stuck in the cup, so it's a whole big thing. So, but anyhow, what I want to say about Gemini women, okay, in general, this is all according to me, and astrology, a little bit of astrology, so it's not just totally off the cuff, but Gemini women need a lot of nurturing and attention, but then when they want you to back off, you have to back off very carefully, otherwise they're going to think that you don't care for them or you don't love them the same way. All right, so they can also be in this situation that I was picking up intuitively. Sorry about my hair. It looked good before, but now it's starting to get weird. What I was picking up before is there's a lot of jealousy between both the Libra and the Libra man and the Gemini woman, Tiffany and Jake. Okay, and they have to work on their communication and respect. So communication is one thing, how you show your love and your expectations of what love should be, your partner should know it. So Tiffany should tell Jake all the things that she needs, and Jake has to think about, can I do that? And can I keep that up on a constant basis? Because he also has to be able to keep it up. Okay, sorry about that little pun. Get your mind out of the gutters. Okay, so he has to learn how to keep up the stamina of how to love a Gemini consistently, because she's going to want that consistency, and that's tiring. this is how I think from what I got from the guides. Well, let me get my lighter again, because it is not working out for me. I should have brought in my salsa so I would at least have something, because sometimes when spirits come in I get very thirsty. So, what do you need to tell me about Tiffany? Jake, you need to tell me about the Gemini and Matthew. I almost had a full-fledged fire going on. Okay, but I needed it. But I was scared because I got all these cards. I got paints over there. All right, so, but I did need this burn. Okay, so what I'm hearing is, yeah, communication is important in the Gemini woman and Libra man's relationship, but also respect. Now, the Libra is going to want to have time alone too. More time alone, and time with his friends, and time with his career or job or school. The Gemini likes to do everything together. Let's do this together. Let's do that together. Okay, that can get tiring. That's like a little bit creepy. That is an insecurity in themselves. So in other words, if the Gemini, this relationship could work only if both parties are able to give each other space and to try to give each other respect. Okay, not just love. Okay, love won't keep you together. Okay, a lot of other things have to come into play too. Love is important, but you have to have so much love for that partner that you want to make them happy, sometimes happier than you make yourself. Okay, but also you need your free time. Both of you, Gemini woman, Libra man, Tiffany and Jake, you need to have more of your free time. Free time, I don't know where my voice just went. It just left the building with Elvis. Okay. But you need to have your free time, but you also need to have your time with your friends. Like, don't get rid of your friends, your relationships that you have. You have to have scheduled times with them as well. Okay? Because if you want to get sick of each other, if you ever want to be married or in a relationship where you live together and you want to get tired of somebody, spend every minute of your time besides work with them and see how fast that relationship will crash and burn. Okay? So that's one. Give each other respect to have space. And like, there's a lot of stuff coming in my mind for the Libra, especially for the Libra male. And what do I mean? And maybe Libras in general, but I'm seeing like a lot of opportunities being handed or presented to the Libra. But this Libra male, Jake, is not going to take it because he's running it by his Gemini woman, Tiffany, and Tiffany's like, nope, don't like that. Nope, that'll make you too busy. Nope, there's too many girls in that job. Nope, I can't be with you that much with that. And if you really love somebody, you want them to go after their best opportunity, manifest. Libras are manifesting. Libras are in a high manifestation stage right now. In that, even like a small dream, you might say, hey, Katrina, I'm a Libra, but all I want to do, manifest is, cleaning up my house nice and taking care of my pets and taking care of my spouse. And what I'll say is, that's still manifesting, okay? Because that's not so easy to do. That requires a lot of, you picking the right foods for your spouse? Are you giving them romantic time? You giving them enough attention? Are you making sure you're thinking about your own self needs and your career, or a dream that you wanted to make come true. So there's a lot of things going on in the Libra mind, especially if you guys are so young. I think you're 20, both 20, so you will be involved. Is this thing on? Okay. You will be involved. Okay, so I just heard school, I just saw school, I saw college, and certification. Somebody's going to get a certification of something. And somebody in the relationship is going to switch jobs again. Okay? And this is the time to do it. But I feel like somebody is trying to think about moving in together soon. Or is that true, Tiffany or Jake? All right. If you are thinking of that, both of you have to be on board, and both of you have to realize how expensive that is, A, or if you're planning on living with one of your parents in your parents' families. Because right now I feel like one is living with their mom and one is living with their mom and dad. I don't know if either one of them would allow the other person to move in. So don't rush into a situation to live together unless you both have a job where you can afford your apartment, okay? And you can afford your cars, all right? Because that's adulting, all right? Right now, you're still living under your parents' roof, then that means you're not a full adult yet, okay? There's no shade. You could say, hey, Katrina, F you. I paid for my car insurance. Yeah, big deal. Big deal. Okay? Because most likely your parents are paying for most of the food and your parents are taking care of the home. Okay? So it's not a real life situation yet. So just know, yeah, it's okay. You want to move out, make plans, be organized. Know that you're making enough money to move out. Okay? And also, before you get together, push yourself together, you might even be thinking about marriage in the future, in 5 years from now. You have plenty of time because you're so young. But please get your school in order, get your jobs in order, get your money in order, because I feel like that's up and down, and you need more date time. And I know I say that a lot because, everybody knows I love to go out on a date myself, because it does help. It does help the relationship. And when we skip that, we just have like, oh, let's cuddle at my house or let's cuddle at your house. No. Cheapskates, go rent a hotel room. Okay. Don't be a cheapskate. If you don't have your own house or own apartment, then go rent a hotel room every once in a while. And make sure you're practicing safe, because we don't want a little Gemini or a little Libra yet, because we don't have everything in order to take care of them. So what I'm trying to get at in a roundabout way is, when I feel your relationship, I see a lot of love. I do see the love. But I see somebody measuring love. Somebody is with like a measuring cup, straight up measuring. Well, I showed you I loved you by A, B, or C, or how much I gave you, or how much romance I gave you, or things that I gave you. But you didn't. You only showed me your love this on A, and you never even got to B and C. So be careful with that, because it's not good, because love is never 100% even. It's never 100 even. And don't feel bad about that. It's just that we're just wired differently. I see a lot of passion and a lot of love, but your passion sometimes overtakes your emotions, and both of you could get into arguments or a fight and lose your head about it. And I see somebody wanting to really like punch the other one. So I don't like that. You know, I think that the Libra probably ends up walking away in time before anybody gets to throwing fisticuffs. I don't see anything serious. I just see a lot of tears and yelling, a lot of misunderstanding, being misunderstood, and then criticizing. I see from both parties, even from Libra, calling the way the Libra is fighting back is by cutting them down like, well, you didn't cook me dinner, or you don't know how to cook, or you look like you gained 5 pounds, or, you know, just some kind of little quick jab, or you're a bitch. And then she says, well, you're cheap and you never even give me a kiss, you know. I'm waiting to be taken out for dinner for 2 months. Okay, it's like something like that. Like, so I'm seeing a lot of back and forth where you're spending a lot of your passion and your love by hurting each other. And you could turn that around by having space, by trusting each other to be away from each other. Okay, because you're gonna blow it out. It's like when, you know, when two movie stars walk into a room, right? And then all of a sudden the room gets like all too much drama starts to happen, right? So it's like both of you have a lot of energy coming off of you, both of you at the peak of your lives. And with the Libra, I see some opportunities coming in for him, job opportunities, things that, you know, he can make potential money, and his career. But the Gemini saying, nope, don't want that. Nope, you can't take that. No. And like, why? Don't be like that. And on the same token, when an opportunity comes in for the Gemini, I see the Gemini second guessing herself, saying, well, I'm not going to take that because I don't have enough confidence that I can do that. Or I don't think I want to be away from my boyfriend for that amount of time, and that job or that class would take me too much work, and then I'd be away. And no, put your career first. Both of you put your careers first and put your energy into that. And then when you come together, make plans to come together for a dinner, or somebody, hey, I made you dinner last time, so how about you make me dinner this time? If you don't have a house or a place to do that, then just straight up go out to dinner, okay? Put your hand in that pocket, that pocket that, you know, you can't find your wallet, and come out with some money and go to dinner, okay? It doesn't have to be a fancy dinner. It could be McDonald's. It could be, you know, a steak and chicken place. It could be a pizza place, whatever it is. Okay? So, like, don't make excuses for cherishing times, because this is when you're supposed to be happiest, because you're young and you're newly going out. I don't know how long you're together. I think maybe a year or two, not 2 years, maybe a year and a half. And if it's rocky in the beginning, it's going to be rocky later on, unless we resolve the issues, okay? If you really feel that each other will cheat on each other, because that's what I just heard. Katrina, they both think, it's not just one, it's not the other. They both think that they will cheat on each other, or that the other one is already cheated. And you know why that you think that way? Because I was that person. I was that jealous person, insecure person when I was that age. Because a boyfriend of mine from high school that I went out with for, I guess, 2.5 years, he cheated on me. He broke up with me. And it was heartbreaking. And then a week later, I lost my dog. My dog died. So it was something I couldn't forget. And then a year after that, my mother died. So when I got with my first husband, when I was just dating, I was very insecure that he was going to do the same thing that the first boyfriend did. Okay? And so there went, and then he would get mad at me every time I would be jealous that he came home late, and who are you hanging out in the bar with, and so I never got a straight story. But I was just called jealous and insecure. And even one time he said, "You're going to make me cheat." All right. And then sometimes people are insecure because they have cheated and they transfer that over to their partner. Okay. Because they have cheated. All right. Maybe they cheated because they thought, "Oh, my partner's cheating, so let me go cheat." So you have to resolve that. And going to a counselor will help you with that. It's just like 3 things. I was going to write it on an index card, but I was too busy, half asleep. Okay. No, not really. I'm not even half asleep now. And I took my medicine an hour ago, so I should be in sleepy land, but instead I'm in Gemini and Libra world. Okay. And it's a nice world. It's all up in the head. It's all in intelligence, in the air, in the clouds, in the intellect. Yeah, but because both of you are in your head, air signs, you could just beat the crap out of an idea. All right. You can have long conversations and good conversations, but then you can also have worries, and you'll be, going back and forth for days and months about the same worry, unless you go to counseling, or unless you go to some sort of maybe talk to a couple that do have a successful relationship and ask them for help, ask them for pointers. What do you think we should do with our relationship? Where do you, the problem with going to a priest, in my thought, just thought somebody was yelling at me. The problem with going to a priest is, a priest married? I don't think so. Okay. But, if you feel comfortable, you can go to a priest. I'd rather a marriage counselor or relationship coach. Okay. Which they give you ideas and things that you could do. They listen to both sides of the story to see what is the issue, what is the problem, who is maybe making boundaries that are too, suffocating to the other person, and maybe who's not showing enough emotion and love. Maybe start writing letters to each other. Like, this is what I need, and this is what I appreciate about you. And this is what I really had fun doing. My favorite memory of you is just writing a short little letter or note with those 3 things included. What I appreciate about you, but what do I need that I did not get? Maybe you need more hugs. Maybe you need more physical love. Maybe you need more intellectual stimulation with your partner. Maybe you want your partner to travel with you, or take you on a hike, or take you on a walk. Okay? Or maybe you just freaking need your partner to give you space so you can go out with the boys and she can go out with the girls, or she can go to the library and you can go fix your car or work on cars. So it's just, you have to have separation time, because if you're with each other too much, then you start taking each other for granted, and you will, trust and believe, get sick of each other. Okay? Sorry to go all New York on you, but you will get sick of each other. Okay, that was a little bit of a New Orleans, a southern accent from New Orleans. Okay, anyhow. All right. So let's see what the cards say. Now, these first 3 cards that I got are for the beautiful Tiffany. And since I turned the thing around to just face me, how narcissistic I am. No, but I like you to look in my eyes like you're in my office and you're sitting across from me, or we're FaceTiming, okay? So the first thing I got for Tiffany, Gemini, is relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Wait. I think I'm gonna need my glasses and I haven't seen them over here. Wait, that's big writing. Why can't I read that? And where are my glasses? These are questions that I need to know. Let me get my glasses, guys. Sorry. Blind as a bat. You probably... Sorry about that. I didn't even put you over by the music. Somebody... Somebody's eyes are not good. Or they're going to get worse than they were. So you might have to get your eyes checked out and get a different prescription for your eyes. This says peace in the Middle East. I made it last, a couple of days ago. And I have candles out there. But I never lit it because I was so upset. So I'm lighting it now. Yeah, so, going to counseling or getting a life coach or you just might need a couple of sessions. But it has to be somebody that is going to listen to both of you and not just side with one person, because then you'll fight about that. Or maybe you need to see somebody separate. Both of you need to see somebody separate. And you can have somebody give you a reference to somebody that you can go talk to separately. Because I feel like on the Gemini side, there's a lot of childhood trauma. Because the ancestor, or actually it's a grandmother, that's over by the Libra, because she's pointing to the boy. She's like, that's my grandson. And it's not his trauma, because he had a pretty good childhood. That's what, yeah. She wanted him to be little forever, she said. And she's still watching over him. That's Jake's grandmother. Here's a question. Jake's grandfather is still alive. Did Tiffany ever meet Jake's grandfather? I know she met the mom and dad, or the mom and stepdad. And did she meet the dad and stepmom? But did Tiffany, the Gemini, ever meet Jake's grandfather that's alive? Because I'd wonder what he would have to say. Yeah, she goes, now I'm talking to his grandmother in heaven, and she says, yeah, let my husband straighten things out. My husband will help them straighten things out. But they got to go to his house. They got to go to his house. and hang out with him for a little while. That might be the missing link. That might be very good, because everybody else is too involved. They're too passionate. They're too, like, taking the girl's mother's taking her side, and the boy's mother and parents are taking his side, and there's nobody in the middle. So they're trying to help them, but then all of a sudden the Gemini and the Libra are like, we don't need your help, but we don't want your help, you baby boomers and millennials, whatever you are. Generation Xers. Wait, I don't even know what people are, ages people are, but anyhow, yeah, you could either do it if you really want to make your relationship flourish. You have to apologize to each other about things that hurt each other's feelings, and try your best not to do it with actions. Give each other more space. You have to have your own friends. You can't just be with each other, okay? If you love each other, you know that you can't just have a steady diet. That would be like just eating meat every day with no vegetables on the side and no potatoes ever, okay? So you have to have a variety of a buffet of a type of life. You have to give some time to your career and building up your job and your career or your business, whatever your hopes and dreams are. That has energy. That takes energy. So you need to get that head in the books. Somebody has their head in the books, or better get the head in the books. And the other person, yeah, there's a couple of, like, between the two of you, you might change your mind on your career. One person's going to change their mind 3 times altogether, and then the other person is going to change their mind twice. Like, they're in one position, and then they're going to get to the end of the road and they're going to be like, I just don't like this. Like, maybe they're going to school for teaching and they get to the end of the road and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be a teacher. Let me switch to nursing. Okay. Something like that. But it'll be fine because you're already in school. But the other one is the Libra male. I see opportunities coming. I see you meeting and greeting. The meeting and greeting part needs to happen. You need to go to luncheons and dinners or drinks with people. That's how you're going to make connections to help you in your career. You're not going to get it by going home early so you can be with your girlfriend. You got to make those connections, and she has to understand, okay? And then you just make an arrangement for when you're going to have time to take her out, and then it'll be then that'll be fair, okay? If you're busy with that, you just have to make a plan where she's not studying, you're not studying, and you're not working, and you make plans. It's a scheduling thing, okay? But definitely give each other space. Definitely talk and text